to a Wednesday morning of Shaw's. Why doesn't everybody introduce themselves?
I'm Branson.
I'm Lori.
I'm Britton.
I'm Logan.
And the one that's
And
always
Houston
late.
coming in late.
Shocking.
Again.
Box. You're relegated to the box.
Yes, last
talking
person
about?
here gets the box.
Turn your phone
10
on
o'clock.
silent.
Yeah, mute it.
10 o'clock.
Silent.
So we just kind of back up. So Coffee Beanery is 46 years old this year.
Yeah.
And we are a small family company. Julius and Joanne founded the company, and they have two sons, Kevin and Kurt. And I was going to say, I'm lucky to be married to Kevin.
He's lucky to be married to you.
So I'm married to Kevin, and we actually have 6 children. 4 of the kids have really leadership roles here in the company, so they're the 3rd generation. And then we have London, who's not here, who works on a yacht and is in Greece at the moment.
Somewhere.
And then Sedona's in school because she's only 12. So that's our little oopsie baby. But what we wanted to talk today is just about 3rd generations. I've got some questions. They haven't seen them.
Oh my gosh, that's so loud. Put it right in the mic, why don't you?
Yeah, I need cards. I can just throw them.
Right?
So I just came up with some questions because I thought it would be fun to see.
And if you have any questions, go ahead and comment them.
Yeah,
as
absolutely. And I know I say Shaw's all the time. Britton is a butcher.
Oh.
No.
Nope.
No.
Well. My last name has been
Nope.
changed for at least 8 years.
I still book
Not
plane
my
tickets.
Good morning, Jennifer.
Good
Not
morning,
in my
Jennifer.
phone.
Not my phone, it's not.
Well, I still book plane tickets for Britton Shaw. Oops. How long have you been married?
8 years.
Only 8 years. I remember my parents doing. I was Lori Van Brocklin for a very long time. So let's start. The first question I have is, what is your earliest memory of Coffee Beanery?
Like real memory? Or like photo? Like, you've told us memories.
Right.
That's the problem.
Well, of yourself. Of yourself and Coffee
I just
my-
remember getting hot chocolate.
Oh,
That's all I remember.
That's
hot
probably
chocolate.
Sedona too. That'll be her
That's
memory.
all I remember.
2000 for sure. Because we were in the store. We were in the Grand Blanc store.
Yeah.
I remember going to the
Yeah.
Grand Blanc store. I remember the Ronins, the horrible energy drinks that we got to drink.
Nasty.
I remember all of us eating salt just under the tables, just pounding salt all the time
That's
for no
disgusting.
reason.
Why did we do that?
And yeah, 100%.
I remember
and
we'd work.
I remember
Well, you guys did work.
I
You
remember
guys did work.
slicing bagels. We thought
Yeah.
was the coolest thing in the world.
Did we get those mint sticks?
And we fought over who got to do dishes because you had that freaking sprayer, and it was just so sick to spray. It was the coolest to spray.
See, but before that, I remember going to the store that was in Fenton, attached to
Oh,
the Little
yeah,
Professor,
yeah.
and we were really little, and we
Yeah.
would always go get black and
chocolate.
white.
No,
Hot
raspberry
chocolate.
chillers.
Oh, the raspberry
Yeah,
chillers.
raspberry chillers.
Yes,
Well,
and
I
black and
remember I
white.
went and got you guys. I told the school that you had a very important appointment, and I get you all, and then I'm like, it's an appointment for hot chocolate.
Yeah.
We went to the store because the bookstore was in town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to go over that
And the
all
Fenton
time.
one. So
Yeah.
I thought it would be
Yeah,
fun.
because we did the American Girl stuff at the bookstore, and then we would go get coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were little.
I remember
That's
that little
funny, you were
train
little.
set or whatever they had in that bookstore.
Yes.
So I don't
Well, I remember Donovan Naris got blazing hot wings, and he took them on a bus because they would meet a bus to go to church at that one, and I had a black and white, and then they goaded me into trying a blazing wing, and the whole ride I was crying, I was dying on the way
But you
to the
still,
church.
you haven't learned. You still do hot stuff and cry.
Both
You just did it like a couple months
Do you
ago, right?
remember?
in Myrtle Beach, Bobby made me do a 4 million
Scoville?
Scoville shot.
Yeah.
Do
And
you
it was a
remember
nightmare.
when we went and
Oh,
got the
look at that.
cabinets
Oh.
for the Grand Blanc store,
Oh.
and they ran
Oh,
out of
yeah.
van
Yeah.
space, and it must have been like Dad and Mark, and they
Oh,
put
yeah, it
all of
was
us
me.
kids inside the cabinets in the van because we had no more space. It was like a box truck thing, and so we had to ride in the cabinets from Fenton to Grand Blanc.
I probably did not know about this.
You did not
I'm
know
gonna
about
say. No.
That seems safe.
No, she
yeah.
approved it.
Safe
yeah,
enough.
it's fine.
I mean, the cabinets were packed in pretty tight. I think we were fine.
Yeah,
We're still here.
Well,
They
I
gave us
It
a
was the
shake. He's not
90s.
going anywhere.
Different rules.
do you guys remember working here though when you were little?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember working like with Walt, and we would get all like dressed up and fancy. And we
I
thought we
remember
were
that
super cool.
Freaking vegetable pizza.
Yeah, Walt was a great guy,
Right,
no
Charles.
children. And so he was rewarding the kids for working so hard because you guys were really hard workers. And he got them vegetable pizza.
I mean,
the
we
kids
got
were just like,
I just
what is
Jack the
this?
Candyman.
Oh
Jack the
yeah.
Candy
Man.
Jack
Oh, yeah.
Candyman.
Yeah.
That was the first stop.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
that was
yeah.
the first
We ran
stop.
right there.
Jack, where's Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until older too that we found out he was like kind of like a grumpier older
Yeah.
man, but with us he was just like he was always the
He
best.
was fun, yeah. He's got his humor is very.
Well, I remember being taught at a young age, whenever we saw Jack, we had to flip him off as we were walking
Yeah.
away.
Okay, again, not from me. This is not from me.
Well, could you imagine little 4-year-olds all be like,
Oh,
I'm
and
sure
you
it's the
guys
funniest
moon
thing.
somebody out on the
no.
Not here.
the hot air balloon thing.
That was at home.
Yeah.
Okay. So in 10 years, where do you see the company? What do you think the company will be like in 10 years?
Bigger.
Yeah.
It's hard because in the last 10 years, think about technology and how it's grown.
Mhm.
To predict the technology and stuff in 10 years is,
When it's hard because every division is growing.
yeah.
So it's hard to know what will
I
really
mean, ideally,
grow
we'd
in
like to
10
be
years.
in every grocery store.
yeah,
You know, that would be awesome.
and have our store presence back where it used to be for
Yeah.
sure, and have different models of stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, the modulars.
And with some of the private label activities and stuff we're doing, I can really see that being
For sure.
a lot bigger.
Well, and hopefully in 10 years, we're at a point where maybe you guys can retire and we can really.
Hey, you guys
Do
will be old
something.
enough.
Then I'll get to get all the fun stuff I want in the back. Silos and
Yeah,
roasters.
you'll have to afford them is the thing.
Yeah.
You'll be like,
Gotta have
what?
to
We
fight.
can't do this. We can't. What do you want?
Yeah.
You'll be telling your kids, no, we
Yeah.
can't. What do you think we're made of money?
Our
We can't
kids.
do that.
Not in 10 years.
So,
Yeah, Dallas is gonna be 13.
Yeah.
so what is the best part of being part of the family business?
I think there's an innate level of trust immediately. Like, we really believe that, like even though we argue or whatever, we have each other's best interests at heart. And we know that down to our core.
I was gonna say unlimited coffee.
There's that. Yeah, I think trust is huge. I know for us, I mean, and really a lot of people that work here are like family. I mean,
Yeah.
really, which is nice to have that extended.
Yeah, or just if you
To
call
there.
somebody, if I call Branson at 4:30 or whatever, and I'm like, Branson, I need you here now. Like, I am, whatever. Like, you guys are going to show up,
Yeah.
You're going to be here.
I just called him the other week to start brewing coffee at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
for an event from 2 to 6 a.m.
Well, I left it vague. I was like maybe, but you knew I was screwed.
Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah. Well, and just even, we all, like, collectively could pretty much run anything here.
Well, and
know?
that's what one of my things is that I'm really open about. Like, Shaw needs to know how to do everything, and part of that is even if you guys did go off and get a different job, like you were saying, I could call you and be like, "Hey, how do I do this?"
Yeah.
Where,
Yeah, it's definitely happened before when I left for a while.
yeah. So, okay. This is not to do with Coffee Beanery, but what city would you most like to visit?
City?
City.
I don't know what city.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
more
country.
general, yeah.
Well, you could pick a city in the
Tokyo.
country.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
I know you've talked about that.
I
For
feel
a
like I
little bit
really
now,
want to go to
Japan.
Scotland.
Golf.
Yeah,
I would want to go on the
I
But
wanna
Outlander.
go
also,
to
I'm
Ireland.
torn because, like, Alaska would be really cool.
I live
too.
Yeah.
in Scotland and play on the OG
Alaska,
courses.
somewhere in Alaska, or
Yeah.
Akihabara.
I'd love to go to the
Anchorage.
Outlander tours in
Yeah,
Scotland.
that's
that
why
would be
I'd
really
be like
fun.
two different trips.
I want to get. I just want to travel everywhere. Like, give me a city and I'll go there.
Yeah.
And I would like to see the Paris, London, like the iconic kind of cities.
Right.
No
I'm
offense,
way more
Paris
content
sucks.
just walking in the middle of
I've
the
heard
woods.
that. I hear
Paris
it's
is the worst.
overrated.
It was the absolute worst.
New Zealand's supposed to be really beautiful.
Oh, the bugs are too big. I'm good at Michigan in the middle of the woods.
Well, you guys gave us this pasty white skin, so I'm thinking nowhere tropical.
I
Yeah,
don't give
definitely
any
not.
pasty white
Hey,
skin.
Yeah.
You can hide inside.
Yeah, that's more fun.
That's why I think Europe is fun. I mean, we've only been to Spain and Italy, but it's just really fun to just even see the history and things that are so old.
Yeah.
America is so young, so it's really cool. And it'd be nice, really nice to see Malin someday.
Sweden's
Yeah, Sweden's great.
cool.
Yeah.
Sweden's great.
So, what is your favorite coffee?
Hawaiian Kona, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cool.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
See, I don't even include those two, but Ethiopia probably.
It's a coffee.
Ethiopian.
Yeah.
I like Laminato.
You'd pick that over Hawaiian Kona?
Every day.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not a fan.
Every day.
I like a dry coffee probably. Yeah.
I like Kona. Kona's really good. I like
Yeah.
Kona better than Jamaican,
Yeah, me
but
too.
they're both. Jamaican's so special though. It just
Too
I like
bright.
the little kick.
They're both so smooth though.
bright.
The Kona
They
and
are
the
really
Jamaican.
smooth. They
Yeah.
are really. To me, they're not special occasion coffee, but kind of.
Every day probably Guat. The
Guat?
Guatemalan. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Some wild cards.
Logan.
It depends. It's probably Kenya
I was
or
gonna say
Ethiopian.
Kenyan. It's funny.
You
we
get-
all
you get
like
to pick
somebody
one.
different
Your
almost.
favorite.
Yeah, he likes really bright coffee.
Yeah, I mean it
Like
depends.
really acidic coffee.
Like
I like the earthier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but you're gonna get into some weird manual pour over, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how coffee should be consumed.
Okay, so without getting too negative, what's the worst part of being in the family business?
we're all stubborn.
Oh,
We're all so
So
stubborn.
stubborn.
We're all
stubborn.
so stubborn.
But we get over it quickly is the nice part. We'll be
No,
like,
you guys are in my office going, they won't do this, and I told them to do this. And
I think you two are the most stubborn though.
oh,
Which two?
Branson's really stubborn.
Branson, you can't budge him,
Yeah,
no matter
Branson,
what.
if he makes up his mind.
no matter what.
He was such an easygoing kid. This would almost startle me when he's like, no. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I think it is.
I want to be
It's
stubborn. I'm not that
hard,
stubborn.
but at the end of the day, you know that you all have the best interest in the company.
Yeah, I mean, we all work
And I
together
think you
pretty
guys are
well.
a little scared of Britain.
Well, I don't think so.
Not anymore. You should chill.
Oh,
way
wait, I
out.
think he is.
These two are always like, no, Brenton said we can't do anything.
No, that's him, not me.
Yeah, 'cause you
Yeah, see? I don't care.
Yeah, but open that can of worms.
I tell Britain she's wrong all the time.
And then I say do it anyway.
If you didn't work here, what do you think you'd be doing?
I always thought that I would do graphics for some sort of like children's museum or like a zoo or something
that
like
makes
that. Like
sense.
something fun and playful.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of nice because I think we've made our brand a lot more fun and playful. So
Yeah,
we
I
kind of
would
get to tap
agree.
into that.
I don't know, I have no idea. Maybe a DNR officer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
That'd be
makes
cool.
sense, especially if you love of nature and stuff. I mean, I'd be a teacher. Probably a principal by now. But superintendent, who knows?
I don't know, lawyer or an accountant. One or the other.
Yeah. We like numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, if I had to get a job, I think I'd have to go into like turf management and then
Oh,
go work at a golf course, a sick one. Just be playing with the grass all day, touching
Would
it.
you be good enough to like be pro if you wanted to or no?
For sure not. No, you kidding
No,
me?
not
No.
even.
If
Sure.
you, if he was
I
good
shot a
enough, he
38
would.
yesterday at Tyrone with
Oh,
4
okay.
bogeys and
Okay.
2 birdies.
I can't believe Dad shot an actual, 33.
33.
Yeah.
He shot a 30, and he's not a
No, he told me about it the
great
next morning.
golfer.
He's like, I don't know what happened.
Oh, he was so excited. It's like, hey, that's...
Blackout mode.
So
Pain in the
on our golf league at the bottom, it has like a running tally of stuff. So he has now low net 33 solo. He has most bogeys in a round 8. And then he has like low net. He has most birdies. Me and him are tied with 4 in a round.
Oh,
and
wow.
he has like the
The
big
best
spectrum.
and the
The
worst.
most bogeys and also like the lowest round out of nowhere. Most least putts 10.
So when you say, so is it because it's on a golf course or you like landscaping? Like you
It's
like
on the golf
your
course.
hands in the
Probably
course?
both.
Okay.
Like
Probably-
designing the
I
course.
can see you
No,
because you
probably-
boys like the grass has to be a certain way.
Oh, I got
and-
3 and 1 on the lawn right now. We gotta keep the lawn moist right now.
I don't even touch
He told
my
us
lawn.
that we were
I
gonna have
mess
to
it up.
water it, and I was like, dude, I'm not doing it. Like,
Yeah,
I said I
don't
might,
care
in an
about it.
emergency, I might need you guys to go squirt some water on the lawn. Probably just because it's around a golf course. But
Yeah.
if not that, then I'd probably try to wrangle Logan into like doing something, some plumbing or some little construction gig.
You're
like
gonna like start
like
a
re-
company and
like
rope them into doing all the
remodeling
work.
bathrooms or
Yeah.
something. And
Remodeling houses.
well, maybe
could
not
design
houses.
it.
Maybe start small, but like something that
Nobody
I
can
know
afford
he
your
can do.
redesigns.
I know.
Something I know
actually
he
a
can
really
do.
good design.
Well,
I'm a
something
very
I
cheap designer.
yeah, something I know he can do, and then learn and then move it up.
Okay,
scale
I
it
can
up.
see this. We've
Yeah.
thought about this a little bit. So I want you to say 3 words to describe. We'll start with Britton. Logan, so 3 words to describe
being
Britton.
put on the spot like this.
Wait,
So-
what?
What?
Say it again. What'd you say?
So describe Britton in 3 words.
3 words.
Oh gosh,
Guys, we
You
can
already
see
said tough.
all of us stubborn. You're done.
I could be proud of you.
I
though.
know. Next question.
I would say forward thinking.
I'd say tough and then mom.
Organized for the most
Yes.
part,
Yeah,
and very hardworking.
yeah. Those are good. Houston, how would you describe
I would say tough mom, but she's getting softer. She's getting softer. In the last 2 years, she's getting softer. So those, and in my head, those are all good things. You gotta get in. You gotta get
When
in
we
this.
go on vacation, my mom doesn't travel with us. She travels separately, probably to not deal with us. And so they all call me mom. Like they're like,
Yeah,
on
she
the
gotta
trip.
have the sunscreen. She's
Oh,
gotta
I
be
gave her
prepared
like the
for us.
snack bags
Yeah.
to hand out to
They're like,
them.
Mom, do you have this? Mom. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's so dramatic with the kids too. You get all flustered, and it's really not that big of a deal. But we're wrangling 2 kids around.
Oh my gosh, because you get them so hyped up, and then it's like they won't go to bed, they won't eat their dinner, they won't do anything.
We're wheeling
One
into
day
the
when you have
TSA,
kids,
just
you
getting
will
flagged.
so understand.
That's because we're feeding them Red Bulls
Yeah.
behind your
Yeah.
back. You don't even know.
Yeah,
We're feeding them
feeding
straight
snacks.
caffeine
Probably.
Oh
powder.
my gosh. Okay, Branson.
I mean, yeah, you gotta go with mom.
How is that like a personality characteristic?
I feel like I took some time to think about this a little bit.
Mom.
I know that's-
you
I
guys
feel
just jumped
That's a
them
good
out.
one, though. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a good one.
I mean, we literally call you mom, so
It describes a lot.
Because they don't have a mom.
I know.
I don't know. This is fucking hard.
Language.
Sorry.
What's the one thing he said?
Yeah, I'm not good at following rules.
Tisk.
I'm gonna cheat and do hardworking.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
How's that cheating?
Okay,
Because
how about...
it gets rid of both in one. I only needed 2 answers.
Okay, so how about Logan? We'll start with Britton.
I think always thinking about ways to improve things, so kind of like continually, trying to make things better. You're kind of like ingenious in the way you can fix or make something work, even when it maybe shouldn't work that way. And then I'm really proud to say, over the last few years, you're really becoming reliable. You're I would consider you reliable.
I don't know about that.
No, really.
No,
I mean,
seriously.
yeah, for sure. Houston?
Yeah, I would say crafty.
Yeah, there you
Real
go.
crafty, because he just fixes stuff and it just looks so sketchy. And I'm watching him doing it. I'm like, no shot. He really knows what he's doing, and then it works. And I'm like, it's okay. We don't know for how long, but it's working.
Nothing's permanent.
No. Crafty. Yeah, I would go with reliable. One other one. I would say perfectionist, which sometimes gets on my nerves
Oh my
with the damn
gosh.
coffee a little bit, though.
Or about when we're taking videos and he's like, "Oh, we'll
Yeah.
redo
And I
the
think
whole thing."
fun. I think you bring a sense of fun to stuff that you do. Like, you've got a really good sense of humor.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
especially with your pumpkin shirt today, which we'll talk about later.
He said he's announcing pumpkin
He's
spice.
pumpkin spice. He's gonna draw a pumpkin on a shirt. Pumpkin spice is coming out this week, so he dressed like a pumpkin just for us. Oh, there you go. Nice. Okay, Branson.
Yeah, handy. You know, can fix anything. I don't know how to word this in one good word, but just like genuinely likes learning. And then as soon as he masters it, he gives up on it. But he's really good at the learning process.
They call that ADHD.
I would say there's been a lot of hobbies that have been picked up.
Yeah, I don't know.
And just,
I don't
I
know.
think
And
genuinely
of
just
course artsy.
kind.
Yeah,
You're just
kind.
a genuinely super kind person to everybody.
Yeah, I think you think
That's all I
about
got.
people's points of view and.
Yeah.
I needed way more time to think about these.
I
know,
I'm
I
sorry.
Yay.
Houston, Britton, do you want to start for Houston?
You just have a special swagger. You know, it's, you know, you walk into a room and everybody
You've
knows
had it
Houston's.
since you were 5.
Yeah, everyone knows Houston's there, and you can make anybody kind of open up and talk and laugh, even really, you know, quiet, shy people. Just, it's a gift. You're a lot of fun, which isn't always a good thing, but my kids love it. We love it. And then you're super thoughtful, just very thoughtful. Even sometimes when I don't think of something, or you're like, oh, we should do this, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's such a great idea. It's very thoughtful.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with thoughtful. I think you're actually pretty patient because you put up with all my bullshit. And you deal with me being a perfectionist pretty well sometimes. And then, yeah, you just got energy, you know, like you got a special energy.
Yeah.
Branson?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go with thoughtful though. I'm gonna go with compassionate, just because he'll randomly, you know, he does have that swagger, but he will randomly do just the nicest things in the world, and you just don't see it coming. And it's very odd because people who don't know you are like, oh, you know. Well, just
No.
brat boy, and then he just is such a sweetheart, genuinely, that you know, if you
Yeah, I
don't
think
know
people
him,
who don't, people think you're very egocentric and whatever, and they don't under that. And you're the most sensitive of my kids, which you never
That
would.
is dramatic.
You would
No,
never.
no.
You would never.
Jesus.
Sensitive
Pick
is
up
not
on.
a bad thing.
I'm not sensitive.
It's not me, it's you.
the other one that I don't think anybody just the athletic. I mean,
Oh,
I mean, since I was little, just trying to beat him in anything, you know, was always my goal. I can tell you, I blocked him 3 times in basketball in my life.
You know.
I remember those.
I know.
He still can't play disc golf though.
We
got him there.
I would, but I get a bum rotator cuff.
And then yeah, just fun. You know, you're always having a good time, and you know, even when it's 4 a.m. and you're out serving coffee, you know, we're laughing and giggling and having a good time.
I kind of feel like that's true. Our family in general, like we just have a good.
Well, I think
Yeah.
there's some things that thread through. Like, I mean, I honestly, I feel like I did my job because I have kind children. My kids are all kind. You guys are all very kind, grateful human beings. And to me, that's like probably my biggest goal. I don't care if you're a brain surgeon. I mean, I never just really care. I wanted you to follow your passion, whatever that is, and be a good, kind,
Yeah.
and grateful, not a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I think that I felt like at a certain point, I'm like, I did my
competitive.
job. Okay, so Branson.
Branson is incredibly intelligent. Sometimes, honestly, too intelligent to even explain to our brains what he's trying to say.
That's a good one, yeah.
Are
Are you thinking of the escape rooms?
I'm just thinking of, like,
God.
in
I have
general.
special requests for us to do this escape
Yeah.
room on vacation, too.
And to that note, very patient, because we aren't always on his level. And sometimes he's got to, explain things. Or just like he took a coworker's son golfing and was just incredibly patient with him. So he's just super patient and funny. Branson is very, very funny. Great sense of humor. And sometimes it's like it comes out of nowhere and you're just like, did he just say that? But very funny.
I'm gonna go with
It's hard not trying not to say exactly the same thing.
yeah, I know. Well, like, he's smart. Like, he knows a little bit about everything.
Yes.
It's not like,
He's like
he's
the trivia person.
Yeah.
yeah, he's not just like an accountant where they know numbers really well. He just like likes to learn, like me, and just kind of knows a little bit about everything. He's really good too at like about thinking things through in his head without having to like write down or explain and like strategizing things.
Which I was going to say strategic.
Which is
very
the problem is
strategic.
he's at the end point and we're all like, wait a minute. How
Yeah.
did you get there?
Yeah, and then he really thinks through everything. Like when you explain something to him, you have to explain everything from before it got made to how it got made and every little bit of everything. But once he understands it, he like uses that to his advantage because he knows the whole. He sees the whole picture. He doesn't just see a portion of it.
Yeah. I would say personable.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since he was in the stores, just talking to anybody to sometimes a detriment, talking too much. Because you got people coming in and we're spending 20 minutes talking to
That's
Branson.
why he could be a
and we
roaster because he couldn't just be on the machine all day.
But I mean, like he said, even at that event we're at, just talking to random people, finding the randomest guy and just talking to him and getting into some in-depth conversation on something. I don't even know what's going on. I would say smart because of the escape rooms. I don't even know what's going on. And I'm just trying to move pieces around. And Branson's coding and looking at books and moving. I don't even know how we got to the answer. And the last one. I don't know. God darn it! I had a couple, but damn it.
Try to describe something that you like and a word will come.
Here, what you're thinking? I'm just surprised. We already all agreed I'm the most stubborn one, and none of you said it. It was so easy.
For sure, stubborn. I'll say.
You're
stubborn.
like passively
I'll
stubborn or something.
I'll say stubborn, but in a good way too, because some of your stubbornness is like.
Slow down and think about
Well,
this.
you like don't spend any money. You don't do it like you know what I mean. You save a lot of money because you're stubborn because you won't even
buy shoes. He sends me links to like $10 tennis shoes and makes me purchase them because he's literally not going to purchase them.
Well, she's got Prime too. I'm not gonna pay for Prime.
Right.
She's got
You
it.
don't
Why
have-
would I?
you
very
don't have Mom's
thrifty.
Prime.
No, they both use my Prime.
No,
I've been on Mom's account.
Logan
I'll
is
be
a
all right
teenager
it.
on
You
my
have
account.
mine.
I think
So
you
that
just have my card, right?
Yeah, I have your card on
Yeah, I
file
just-
and you send me
yeah.
links.
Yeah, why would I pay?
And then I
why would
can't
pay for
Venmo,
it?
so I'm always going to Branson because the Venmo won't accept my bank. It's so weird. So I'm like, can I PayPal you and you Venmo?
Yeah, I would say he's super giving though too. Like if anyone ever needs
Yeah.
anything, like if we're in a
Yeah,
tough
for
spot
sure.
financially or anything, if we go
But-
to Branson,
And I
he's always
feel
like,
good.
"Yeah, I
I'm
got
going to
you."
pat myself on the back for a second in that I think, not knowingly, but maybe like when you guys were growing up, I taught you kind of to look for people in need or just be aware. And some even just aware of people who don't have friends kind of because I was the new girl in school all the time. And so I really have an affinity or whatever for people that just don't have
Well, you taught us
a
too,
spot.
if you ever see something like that and it's heavy on your heart, just to act on it. Don't think about it. Just do it. And every single time I've taken your advice, even if it's like the weirdest thing, it's such a blessing to that other person in a circumstance, even if it's just saying something, words, or, you know, you just get this feeling and you just do it.
That's I do. I think if and I believe it's God, but put something on your heart and you should act on it. And it might be just like you look pretty today.
Yeah, I did
It
that.
doesn't have to be
At
a
a
monetary
gas station,
thing.
there was a girl pumping gas, and her dress was super cute. And I just looked over at her, and I got that feeling. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you just look absolutely adorable today." And she almost broke down in tears, and it was like,
I had a waitress break down in tears because
Yeah.
she had the most beautiful sparkly eyes, and I said that. She said, "I haven't heard that in 20 years," and she, you
but
know.
yeah, you always said when you get that feeling, just act.
And
on
I
it.
think that if you think something positive, you should say it. And sometimes people don't know how to react or they are embarrassed by it. But I really, truly believe that if you think something positive, you should say it. Because we're bombarded with negativity. I'm going to say especially women, but men too. Do you know what I mean? That you have to look a certain way or be whatever. And I think, you know, we're sometimes so negative on ourselves that just someone saying something positive can really change your day.
What were you going to say, Branson? You look like you had a thought.
I had a lot of thoughts. No, I mean, well, I was just thinking in that terms, like, I probably compliment so many guys just because as a guy, I mean, I've probably gotten a handful of compliments in my life. So I'm always walking around. If a dude has a nice beard, I'm letting him know every
100%.
single time.
Yeah.
Whenever I grow the mustache, I get more compliments from dudes than every girl hates it, but the other guys are like, sick mustache.
They're just like, that takes guts.
That thing looks good.
It
I'm
looks
like, oh,
dirty, and I love
dirty.
it.
It's freaking dirty.
Oh my gosh. No, I think it's good. And I think you guys all hit on, I mean, it's funny, but it's kind of interesting to think because there's stereotypes like from when you were young and you guys have evolved and changed so much. I mean, I think people's core kind of stays the same, but you've just evolved so much.
Well, I think that's why we work really well together too, because in this room there are so many strengths, and we really do cover each other's weaknesses. And you've taught us to be super honest and open about those things, so that we can do that with each other, and we feel comfortable doing that with.
And
each
you can
other.
kind of make fun of your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Do you know? I mean, it is what it is. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Trying to hide it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Right.
feel like that'd be weird to go into a corporate job and like feel like you have to be perfect and like you
Yeah.
can't show your weaknesses or
Which
like
is really
fall
interesting.
behind anywhere because
I
we
interviewed
don't have
somebody
that.
and I asked him about their weaknesses just because we talk it so much. He said, "I'm not telling you your weaknesses. You'll use it against me." And I just went, "Oh my gosh, it never even occurred to me, right?"
Right.
Because we just in a much
Do
more
the-
trusting,
The
different
Michael
environment.
Scott weaknesses or whatever. The weakness that work too hard.
I put in too many hours
care
and
too
get too much
much.
overtime.
Care too much.
Okay, so we're gonna just do this really quick and then we'll be done. So, what is the sibling you would trust most with your money?
Branson.
Yeah,
Branson.
1000%.
With
None
your
of them.
none of
Me, I trust me with my money.
with your child or dog?
Probably Houston, honestly.
It depends.
Houston or Britain.
I
But
was-
she's got too much going on.
I was gonna say, is it to have fun or is it for safety?
Yeah.
Two different things. Yeah. With your life.
What do you mean?
Like if you had to call, like if you're in a life whatever.
if I had to call
threatening,
somebody,
you had
I'm
to
calling
trust
Houston.
someone to help you.
From a life-threatening situation.
Yeah. I mean 911 obviously.
I don't know.
Beyond that.
Yeah, what kind of
I might
situation
go
are we
with
talking?
Logan on this one.
I'm just saying the one time I ran
Logan
out of
probably
gas, I
would
called
stay
you real
super
quick.
calm.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are like in real. I mean it's dumb, but the canoe shelf. Remember it fell on London, but you would like stay so calm, and we're like,
Yeah.
I'm calling London.
London.
Yeah.
Because London's going to freak the hell out. Get everybody involved.
Well,
She gets the
what
Coast
London's
Guard
gonna
involved.
do too is if something happens, she's gonna bury that body with you.
Oh, that's the
She's
next
calling
one.
London.
Who do you call to hide a body?
I'm calling
London.
London.
1000%
London.
Branson.
But you're right, London would freak out
Thousand
and have
nobody.
everybody on
I'm
the
doing it
line.
myself. No, nobody else needs to get in trouble.
And who do you call to ask for advice? Who would you call their best
Britain.
advice?
What kind
Mom.
of advice though?
Yeah, it depends.
It
Just
depends,
life
yeah.
advice.
Because
Yeah, that really depends.
if I'm
too, 'cause
asking
you
for
could-
dating advice, I'm probably calling him. If I'm asking with advice on how to deal with the family, I'm probably calling Britain. If I'm gonna ask him for advice on how to fix something,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
probably
there's
calling
a big
Logan and then
difference.
hanging up on him and then calling him again 5 minutes later.
Yeah, it does depend.
So, but no, it's interesting to see how everybody thinks. And that's, I mean, I don't know if this was at all of interest to anybody, but just so we can kind of recap, like Logan and Britton are both on our leadership team. So Logan runs the production area. Britton runs our website, the e-commerce. So, and then Branson runs our distribution. So like distribution, inventory, and then Houston sales. So we kind of have all our bases covered a little bit. And luckily Branson and Logan can both roast coffee. So it's good to have people that can actually do what's at the core of your business.
I don't know if we can anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of the stuff have changed.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I'm sure it
Well,
wouldn't be
it's
too
even like
hard.
jumping back into a store. I'd be like, I need to be retrained for this.
Oh,
It's been
oh.
too
Oh
long.
no, I could jump in a store.
I could-
1000%.
Well, I could like
I'll wheel around in there
coffee,
faster than
espresso,
any,
but
anybody.
I'm
like
going the hardest
knowing
part
the
is learning
recipes.
where everything is in the store.
Yeah.
the
That's the only
recipes
thing.
I don't
Buttons.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh, the recipes are fine.
Everything's
Like,
a
where's,
latte.
where's your
But
can
you're in a
opener?
store a
You know?
lot.
Everything's
When
a
you
latte.
said that, that helped me so much. Everything's
Everything's
a
a
latte.
latte. You just add
Just
and
start
stuff.
from there. So.
What?
And then
Everything hot.
as Logan,
Talking,
you know,
everything's
wore his
latte.
orange shirt for his
Like
pumpkin
white
spice
chocolate
is
mocha,
starting
it's all
next
latte,
week.
just add a
Tomorrow.
flavor.
Tomorrow. It'll be on the
Tomorrow's the
shelves.
first.
But it'll be on the
It
shelves.
will be
tomorrow.
online.
It'll be
On the sh-
online.
it might take a day or two to ship.
It should
Online.
be getting flavored later today.
And
So-
K-Cups,
We're cutting it
she started
close.
running K-Cups, I think I saw
And
some.
it is, we talked about, like, it's
It's new flavoring,
new
new and
flavoring.
improved.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
way better.
Way
It's
better.
way better. So
I love
definitely
it.
give it a
we
try.
can have it in Miller Road.
Tomorrow
For
you
sure.
can order
Tomorrow,
it.
everybody can order it.
Yeah.
So
Well, we can have it there tomorrow. It's 15 minutes. We can
You-
drive it up there.
Well, it won't maybe
and
be
then
We need it to
cinnamon
get
holiday
flavored
blend
packaged,
is
just
October
the-
15th. Is that usually when we
ish, yeah,
start?
mid-October.
Mid-October. So
Yeah.
we'll have that to look forward to.
And
But,
Mary Mocha. Yep.
but I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and it was fun for me getting to know my children, what they think of each other. So happy Wednesday.